feels pretty good.
That same button.
Got my leg room.
Yep, and then you can also adjust the steering wheel, which is this scroll button on the left-hand side.
Yes. Oh.
And if you can actually push that button left and right as well, and that'll put the steering wheel in and out.
Yeah, wow. What do I like? Jeez, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that is like a spaceship.
Yeah. It's almost like Transformers. And then you've got you can adjust your left and right mirrors.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, with this again?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And scroll, yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, that's good.
This is still the same one, but yeah, that's all good.
Yep.
This whole strip here is air conditioning. So you can move the flow of air like that. And then yours is through the steering wheel there.
How weird. It's great that you can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can split it as well. You can split it. Right. Then you've got Netflix and YouTube for when you're charging.
Hopefully you can't watch it while you're driving.
Not yet. But I dare say that will be coming soon. We'll see how quickly technology develops.
Look at it all.
Video games.
Oh, keep the kids happy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. So we can...
Where's the dashboard?
No dash. It's everything. So everything you need to know will be up here.
Yep.
We're in park at the moment. So you can see park, reverse, neutral, drive.
Oh, yep.
Battery here.
Yep.
Indicators on this side. So a soft will give you 3 blinks, and then a hard one will keep it on.
Got it.
And then you knock it back up. Yeah. Yep. And if you knock down the paddle on your right-hand side, that'll put us into drive.
That had that little ooh, just like a spaceship sound.
Yeah. You get that same sound when you put it into brake at the end. It's nice.
It's smooth, isn't it? Well, you take your foot off and it just brakes a bit faster.
Yeah, so see if you see that little green line there, just touch the accelerator a little bit, that black line, a little bit more. So when it's black, it's drawing off the battery, and green is regenning.
Oh, so that's what it's braking when you take your foot off.
Yeah, it's using the electric motor as a generator to slow it down, and that's actually generating current and putting it back into the battery.
Oh, yeah, it's a slightly different driving experience, but you're more in control. Like as soon as you lift off, you're slowing faster.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that's safer, can't you?
Yeah, and you can drive without using the brake pad, the brakes at all.
Oh, because you're just doing that. Yes, it's really one-foot operation.
Yeah.
Got it.
So you only really need the brake if you need to come to a really hard stop.
Yeah. It feels comfortable, confident to drive though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just going on like this. I can't get used to nothing being in front of me though.
Yeah.
As I said, it looks like the kind of kitchen bench top or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very minimalist.
Just a beautiful screen though, isn't it? Yeah, it shows you the road on each side of you.
Yep. So there's no lines on this road, but it's still picking up the edge of the road.
Yep.
And that again is all through the machine learning that Tesla's done with all the data that they've. So it's learnt. The software has basically learnt how to identify the edge of the road.
Yeah. So you just feel though it's just altogether a nicer experience, isn't it?
Yeah. If you just come to a stop here, I reckon this should be all right. We'll go close, but we can do a little acceleration here.
Okay.
Just to get a feel for.
Just a little bit of a speed, yeah.
Yeah, just the power. So if you'll just wait for this little car to go.
By, yeah.
Yep.
You can get past me there, can't it?
Yeah.
Press brake pad or acceleration pedal. Yeah, that's good. Oh, you actually see the car coming up, right? Yeah.
Yep. So when you're ready, you can basically plant it until you feel comfortable, but you can go really hard at it. You'll be able to slow down. Fine.
Okay, where they go?
Oh, they turn around.
Turn around. Get out of the way.
Look at the smoke coming out of it.
But yeah, good day to be trialling an EV with the big new incentives announced in Sydney.
Yeah, absolutely.
South Wales government.
Yeah. All right. So you can give it some and yeah, see how you go.
Oh! Oh! Didn't we get to 100?
Got to 80, I think. Did you put the brake on then?
I think I did. Yeah.
Or was that all regen braking?
No, I think I put the brake
Oh,
on.
okay.
It
Yeah.
was just too much for me.
Just give it a little bit again now. Just pick it up. Okay. And now we can go onto this main road, around to the left. Indicators on this side.
Left.
Yeah. So you should, now that you've done that, you know what it's got under the bonnet.
Yep.
And you can, if there's no one coming, you can do it again.
It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was, I'd seen it. I knew it was going to be fast, but you can't deal with it till you experience it.
Yeah. That's why I'm never going to run out of videos, because people, you can watch all the videos online.
I've seen it before. I've seen many people do it. I knew it was going to be fast, but just not ready for that rush in the stomach.
Yeah. Just take your foot off now.
Yep.
Let it go down to about 50.
Yep.
And then go again. Go now. Go.
Oh. It's just amazing. And all just, it's the rush of going that fast and there being no feeling of about to skid or slide or wheels
Total
spin
control.
out. That's the weird thing, because if you go anywhere near trying to put your foot down, in my car, any car I've driven, you're just instantly worried about losing control, the wheels spinning, and you just don't have any of that.
Yeah.
That is incredible. It's such a different experience.
Yeah, totally different, isn't it?
Oh, man.
You feel totally in control, yeah?
Yeah, so it's more like a feeling on a ride in an amusement park. That kind of same, whoa, no, but being terribly scared, but knowing that nothing bad is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of buzz.
Yeah.
Oh, insane.
Yeah. Just watch that route now that you're on.
Yeah.
You got it.
I won't be the dead animal. 0 to 100.
Yeah. Actually, the autonomous the cameras around this car will pick up animals.
Yeah, right.
So there's on YouTube you can find a whole bunch of these videos where Teslas have say like in the US a deer has run out onto the road.
Yeah.
And the cameras have picked it up, identified it, and reacted and swerved around it to miss it. Even there's one where there's a few ducks walking across the road.
Yep.
And the cameras picked it up and swerved just in time to miss them.
Oh, that's magnificent.
Yeah.
Well, that's for you, Matt Kane. For your big incentive package today and the $500 million for EV incentives, making New South Wales a leader, not a laggard, getting incentives for EVs.
Yeah, it's great. That's great to see. Really great to see.
Yeah, we've had this ridiculous push in Victoria for effectively a tax on EVs with no incentives. That's what makes today a big breakthrough, because it's just the opposite of what they tried both in Victoria and South Australia, which was to put an EV tax in with no incentives first. So New South Wales has put the horse before the cart rather than the cart before the horse. Stamp wasn't sold, and infrastructure charges before they put in place the road user charge in many years down the track. I think it's a good outcome there. Good on Matt Keane, good on Gladys, but good on the community who really backlashed against what was happening in Victoria and South Australia with their proposed EV tax, when we've got to be getting more EVs.
Yeah.
Not less.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think I saw a tweet from Matt this morning saying that New South Wales aims to have a Norway kind of style policy, and that's fantastic, because Norway has the best policy in the world, and they've had great incentives for EVs for almost 20 years now, and as a result 75% of new vehicles sold in Norway are electric.
Yep.
In Australia it's 0.7%, so that Norway, the uptake's 100 times faster than it is here in Australia, and what that means is that Norwegians are breathing cleaner air in their cities, and in Oslo the air is 30% cleaner today than what it was 10 years ago because of their EV policy. So Norwegian citizens are reaping massive benefits from that policy.
Yeah, well, when people start realising how much cleaner their cities will be, how much cheaper their cars will be to run, it'll just accelerate and take off.
Yeah.
As you say, Norway's effectively banning new cars not being electric by 2025. Britain's doing the same thing by 2030 with a full phase out of new purchases of combustion cars. Of course, in Australia we've had no incentives at the federal level, and in fact we've had Prime Minister who's dished them as wrecking weekends and unable to tow youths, and all that misinformation that was floated around in the last election campaign. Is that what makes the breakthrough from Matt Keane and Gladys Berejiklian today all the more important? A Liberal government really putting the exact opposite spin on things that Scott Morrison was doing in the 2019 election. So yeah, big breakthrough today.
Yeah.
But as you say, that's not just good policy for climate change and everything, but it's going to be great for the cities.
Yeah.
We were driving earlier past that car belching out smoke. It just made you think, soon we will not put up with that.
No.
People won't want their kids breathing in that stuff when they know there's better alternatives like this beast of a machine.
Yeah. And I think that's why there was such a massive backlash in Victoria, because people understand that putting a tax on electric vehicles will slow down their uptake,
Yeah.
and that will mean more diesel particulate in the air that we breathe and our children breathe, and it's going to have terrible health implications for a very long time. It means that if you live in Melbourne, if you live in the city, you've got another 10 years of breathing in dangerous exhaust pollution.
It's madness. I mean, there's so many benefits of EVs, aren't there? They're going to be cheap for people. The health, helping stabilise the grid. What about fuel security? We import all our fuel. Why wouldn't governments want to get behind EVs to solve all those problems at once?
Exactly.
And when people find out about that driving experience that I just did, they're going to want it fast.
Yeah, there's really no downsides, and the safety as well. So this car is the safest car in the world for two reasons. It has 8 cameras around it, and it sees everything. It has extremely fast processing chip built in the car. It has the best autonomous features of any car, and it can react. So it'll react to other cars. So if a car tried to swerve into us, this car would react and either slow down, speed up, change lanes to avoid it. So as a result, you're 10 times less likely to get into an accident in this car just from the software alone.
So it's faster and safer.
It's faster and safer. Tesla produces the fastest production car in the world and the safest production car in the world.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
And you get to feel like you're in a spaceship.
Yeah, and you can give it a bit more now if you want. As I said, a great day to be driving a Tesla for the first time for me, when it feels like a bit of a turning point for government policy with
that New South Wales government backing EVs rather than attacking them. It really was a terrible low point in Australian politics the last election, when you had the Prime Minister saying that EVs were going to end the weekend, because it really set public policy and debate back. It kind of reinforced terrible stereotypes. It's actually has a material effect on policy, because if people are thinking that, they won't buy an EV.
Exactly.
And of course it's prevented the government now moving ahead with EV policies, because they made such stupid statements then. But of course you know that, because the best antidote to that has been your work, getting ordinary people in cars and showing them the exact opposite.
Yeah.
That really has been the best antidote, I reckon, to that rubbish from the Prime Minister in the 2019 election, which we're suffering for. I mean, we've got no EV incentive policies at national level.
Yeah.
Of course, the government today in New South Wales is saying that their aim is to have 50% of new vehicles or more by 2030. Now, that's the exact target that the Prime Minister said in the 2019 election was going to, wreck the weekend and end the weekend and stop you towing your ute. So, exact opposite today.
Yeah, and those comments, as you say, those comments would have done such enormous damage to the reputation of electric vehicles in Australia. Michaelia Cash's comments, Scott Morrison's comments, they would have put doubt into people's minds about electric vehicles, and it would have affected the market, really.
Yeah.
I think the best way to counter that is to use a grassroots approach, let people experience EVs. There's a fantastic electric vehicle community in Australia, and hopefully more EV owners will start sharing their EVs with their friends and family, and this will be a grassroots kind of movement.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Great.